Welcome back to We Are Austin's very special Back to School show. Learning doesn't always have to end in the classroom. BāKIT Box is helping kids build STEM skills, explore new cultures, and have fun in the kitchen all at the same time. Founder Shelly Gupta is here this morning to show us how these BāKIT boxes spark creativity and curiosity in kids, and really, I imagine, really the whole family, probably. Shelly, great to see you. Welcome to our Back to School show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
I'm super excited. You know, we got shipped the BāKIT box here earlier this week, so we were able to unpack it and look through everything. I am so impressed. This is such a fun concept for people who aren't familiar with BāKIT Box. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Absolutely. So BāKIT Box is an introduction to cultural education and STEM learning, but it's all through baking. So we're turning your kitchen into really a learning lab, and we're blending global recipes with hands-on science and cultural exploration. So every box will introduce you to a new country, a new culture, a new flavor profile.
I think that is so fun. What inspired you to come up with this idea?
So many things, to be honest. So there's actually kind of two big reasons why I started this. The first is that if you just visit your local grocery store, the baking aisle is going to have no cultural diversity.
So
you
true.
know, you really still see birthday cake, brownies, but all of the flavors of the world are really in the other aisles. And so I thought there's really a gap there. And then secondly, 56% of public school students are students of color, yet less than a quarter of the curriculum actually has any cultural relevance. So there's definitely a gap in representation. And I wanted to create a product that not only highlights different cultures and countries, but also teaches you this hands-on STEM in a very approachable way for children.
So great. It is really a great idea. And, you know, baking, if anybody has done this out there, it is chemistry. So that really fits together perfectly. But you've got the cultural aspect, too. I mean, I think these boxes, I've got the black currant here. We have a Za'atar Flatbread. We have a beautiful African dish as well. It really is so diverse and well-rounded. So how does it kind of tie all of that together, the STEM, the culture, and that social emotional learning?
Absolutely. So I'll give you an example of the box that's in front of you. So this is our Farm to Flavor themed bundle. It's online for just 3 months, and then we'll rotate that theme. So anyone who's subscribing, for example, will just get new themes every 3 months. But this box, for example, covers Poland, covers Jordan, and Nigeria. So you got 3 very different countries. And as you mentioned, the recipes are our black currant crumble bars, our Za'atar Flatbreads, and our chocolate puff puff. And in this box, you're learning about so much. For example, we got yeast and fermentation learnings in there, how foods are preserved. We talk about how cocoa is made from the cacao seed. And then we also explore spices from around the world. So that's just an example of one of our boxes and what you can learn in that box. You get 2 to 3 hours of learning STEM activities, challenges, in addition to the baking. And one of the main reasons it's designed this way is if you ever baked with a young child, as soon as, you know, there's a waiting time, proofing time, oven time, you lose them typically. They run off, they grab the iPad, they grab whatever toy they want to play with. So this is a way to keep that cohesive experience in the kitchen with all the activities for those downtimes.
That is so cool, and I love that you get kind of a fresh new box the next 3 months, and there's always a variety of recipes.
Absolutely.
Really cool. Why do you think hands-on learning is really so important for kids?
Oh gosh, it's super important. Well, for one, there's a lot of skill development that you know comes out of hands-on learning. So you got motor skill development, problem solving. For the kids that we serve, 5 to 12, you know, those early ages are just starting to read. So being able to follow along, follow directions. All of our recipes are color coded as well. So you're able to see that matching color to the ingredient and follow along really well. In addition, I think just STEM generally is still known to be something more techy, more robotic, but it really incorporates all things. We also take STEM as the full definition, where we add art and culture and geography and language into that as well. So for those kids at such a young age to be not just exposed to these countries and cultures, but be exposed to STEM in a hands-on, approachable way is setting them up for being able to explore it in a more technical way sometime in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, even just the basic process of following a recipe step by step is so formative and educational, but adding all these other great elements on top, what a very cool experience for kids and families. And And your kits are actually now approved through the Texas Education Freedom Accounts program. So what does that mean for Texas families, especially those who might be homeschooling?
Absolutely. So we are so excited and proud to be part of TEFA, which is the Texas Education Freedom Accounts. So families that are part of the program can use their grant funds to purchase BāKIT boxes. They will just go to that website where they're approved, and they can log in and search for BāKIT. And we have a bunch of kits available, including the ones that you're showcasing. And that makes it really easy for them to not only use the funds, it gets approved through their scholarship program, and then they can use that curriculum either throughout the year, or if they're buying one kit, they can use it as a one-time kit as well. It's really great. Additionally, you can also purchase us online at BāKITbox.com if you're not part of the TEFA program, for example.
Excellent. All right, you mentioned that website. Is that where parents can go to learn a little bit more about BāKIT and the concept and then get a kit ordered for their family?
Absolutely. So BāKITbox.com is BAKIT box.com. We've got a ton of products on there, as well as a lot of knowledge and learning about what we are about and what we represent, as well as all of the regions and places that were approved from a scholarship perspective as well. So lots of information on there.
Well, Shelley, this is a great idea, perfect for our back to school show and the back to school season. I'm so excited. I don't have kids, but I do have 3 BāKIT boxes now, and I do have a very hungry We Are Austin family, so I think I'm going to be going back and baking some of these this weekend for a little taste.
I love that.
Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it. What a great idea.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks, Trevor. I can attest he has cooked none of that for the We Are Austin team, so we got to hold him to that. All right, y'all, staying powered up is always essential.